Your top story, the ANC top leadership has referred the issue of Brian Molefe's return to Eskom back to government to resolve. Speaking to ANN7, ANC Secretary General Mantashe said that the government's handling of the Molefe issue was clumsy and that the decision must be reversed. He, however, adds that they have left it to the government to resolve. This after the top six met with Public Enterprise Minister Lynn Brown on Monday to discuss the matter, which has reportedly divided the party.
Mr. Molefe resigned. I had nothing to do with his resignation. He left Eskom. I was dragged into the question of him being deployed to Parliament, which was a province to national issue. Now he is taken out of Parliament within 3 months to be redeployed to Eskom. And our view is that it is inappropriate, but government must deal with it. So that it should not be handled as clumsy as it has been up to now. The rest of the matter is that there is discomfort in the question of rushing, calling Comrade Brian out of Parliament, and then he's in Eskom already. And at that time, officials are not aware of what is happening. That is where the displeasure is. And our view is that that process should be reversed and it should be corrected, but we left that to government.
However, the storm over Molefe's recall primarily relates to the inconclusive state capture report. Let's take a closer look now at how the ANC itself has been changing its tune to Madinsela's Swan song. Let's first look at the ANC statement in November 2016, where it says, and I quote, "The observations and remedial actions in the state capture report are inconclusive and contain no binding findings," unquote. ANC Youth League at the same time had said that the state capture report is full of gossip, innuendo, hearsay. Again in January 2017, Secretary General Mantashe said, and I quote, "State of capture report is written in a rush, released totally clumsily as far as I'm concerned," unquote. But Zizi Kodwa's controversial statement on Molefe's recall recently adopted a completely changed stance on the same state capture report. In a statement, the ruling party says that, and I quote, "The ANC condemns the unfortunate and reckless decisions taken by the Board of Directors of Eskom to reinstate Mr. Brian Molefe as Chief Executive Officer of the energy utility. Mr. Molefe left Eskom under a cloud following the release of the Public Protector's report into state capture late last year," unquote.
Now, I think we're actually disturbed by the breaking news of ANN7, that section. Because when things happen, if we would all sit back and wait for the top six to meet, it means that we'll be quiet for a week and may only talk after the following Monday. So we are categorically denying that the officials distance themselves from this quarter statement. The statement of this expressed the feeling that was debated and discussed by the officials and also discussed with the minister. But at the end of it, took a decision that government must correct that situation because it is basically throwing all of us under the bus. Things must be processed properly and not act in a hurry. So there's nothing wrong with this quarter statement. We are working with the government now to look into how best to deal with that matter. Now, when we discuss things in the officials, when they leak to ANN7, and then it becomes officials distancing themselves from this recorder statement, we regard that as actually mischievous, in the sense that it takes a discussion of officials to the public in the form of a leak. And how can you have a leak from the officials' meeting?
More ANC voices are expressing unhappiness against ANC's statement on Brian Molefe. An ANC MP, on condition of anonymity, said that he is unhappy with those behind the statement made against Molefe's reinstatement. He says that Molefe has brought Eskom back on track. He terms the ANC stand on Molefe as a knee-jerk reaction. The ANC MP told ANN7 that, and I quote, "Attempts to jeopardize Molefe's career are based on perceptions and an inconclusive report." Zizi's statement objecting to Molefe's return looks contradictory to official ANC position, and the state capture report must be taken on review. unquote. Now, all this raises key questions on this issue, such as what is the reason behind ANC's call against Molefe? Was a proper discussion conducted over the statement issued by the ANC on Molefe? Is the ANC statement a knee-jerk reaction? Is the reckless statement hurried or deliberate?